I'm Luigi Pascal Rondanini, and welcome to a special episode of The Architect's Method. If you want to explore the full framework, you can visit rondanini.com, and you can also find more reflections on development and process in the Unseen Author Journey podcast. There is a mistake most writers make. They believe characters are defined by who they are. They are not. They are defined by what they do to the structure. This is not a semantic distinction. It is not a stylistic preference. It is a structural error. And structural errors do not remain contained. They propagate. They move outward. They distort everything built on top of them. If you misunderstand character, you misunderstand narrative. Because narrative is not made of events. It is made of relationships. And relationships require structure. Most writers are trained to observe people, not systems. They learn to notice behavior, emotion, detail, history. They are taught to ask what a character feels, what they want, what happened to them before the story began. These questions are not wrong, but they are insufficient. Because they describe a human being, not a structural component. And the narrative is not constructed from people. It is constructed from interactions between forces, from pressure, from resistance, from consequence. A character exists only when it alters the behavior of the structure. You can write pages of internal thought. You can define a childhood, a trauma, a desire, a contradiction, and the structure will remain unchanged. Because description does not create movement. Movement requires force, and force must act on something. Without that interaction, nothing happens. Backstory is not structure. Personality is not structure. Psychology is not structure. They are layers. They are surfaces. They are textures. But they do not determine whether a story holds. A structure either carries weight or it collapses. And characters are part of that load-bearing system. A character is not a person. A character is a component. And that component can be defined precisely. Character equals function, constraint, and transformation vector. Function is the pressure applied to the narrative. Constraint is the limitation that shapes that pressure. Transformation is the direction in which that pressure resolves. Remove function and nothing moves. Remove constraint and nothing holds. Remove transformation and nothing changes. All three must exist at the same time. Most failures happen because one element is missing. A character may have function, but no constraint, so their actions feel arbitrary. Or they have constraint, but no function, so they feel passive. Or they appear to transform without pressure, so the change feels unearned. This is not a problem of writing quality. It is a problem of structural design. Take a character, remove them. Observe carefully, not emotionally, mechanically. Does the pacing shift? Does information flow change? Does conflict weaken? Or does everything continue almost unchanged? If nothing changes, then nothing was there. A character is not defined by identity, but by pressure. Pressure is what moves a system. Without pressure, there is no movement. Without movement, there is no narrative. Pressure can take different forms. It can generate, it can restrict, it can destabilize, it can accelerate, it can stabilize. These are not identities. They are forces. And characters carry those forces. A pressure generator introduces tension. A gatekeeper controls access. A destabilizer disrupts equilibrium. A catalyst accelerates transition. An anchor resists change. Every narrative is a balance of these forces. And every character must justify its presence within that balance. In The Reader of the Empress, Anna is not defined by traits. She is not introduced as personality. She is a function, an interpretive filter of power, a conduit between authority and meaning, a structural risk point. Remove her, and meaning collapses. Power becomes static. The system fails. That is not description. That is architecture. Characters are not remembered for who they are. They are remembered for the pressure they carry. If you remove them, and the structure collapses, they are real. If you remove them, and nothing happens, they were never there. Character is structure. This becomes clear when you move from definition to application. A structural definition only matters if it produces observable differences. So the test is simple. Take known narrative patterns and examine what each character is doing to the structure. Example 1. A detective story. The investigator is not defined by intelligence or personality. The investigator is a function. They are the primary pressure vector driving information forward. They move the structure by asking questions and forcing revelation. Their constraint is limited knowledge. They do not know the answer at the beginning. That limitation creates tension. Their transformation vector is movement from uncertainty to clarity or failure to reach it. Remove the investigator, and the structure stops producing information. The narrative collapses. Example 2. The antagonist, often misunderstood as a personality or moral position. Structurally, the antagonist is resistance. They apply counter-pressure to the system. Their function is not to be evil. Their function is to prevent resolution. Their constraint is that they cannot fully control the system. If they could, the narrative would end immediately. Their transformation vector is escalation or collapse. Either they increase resistance or they are overcome. Remove the antagonist and pressure disappears. Without resistance, there is no conflict. Without conflict, there is no structure. Example 3. A secondary character acting as a gatekeeper. This is often invisible to the writer. The gatekeeper controls access to critical information or progression. They may appear minor, but structurally they regulate flow. Their function is control. Their constraint is partial authority. They can delay, but not permanently prevent. Their transformation vector is release or refusal. They either allow movement or intensify blockage. Remove the gatekeeper and pacing breaks. Information arrives too early or too easily. The structure loses control. Example 4. A catalyst character. This is often confused with supporting cast. Structurally, the catalyst accelerates change. They do not hold the narrative. They disrupt its equilibrium. Their function is acceleration. Their constraint is limited duration or presence. They cannot remain dominant. If they do, they become the system. Their transformation vector is displacement. They trigger change, then exit or diminish. Remove the catalyst, and the narrative stalls. Change becomes delayed, or never begins. Example 5. An anchor character. This is the stabilizing force in the system. They resist transformation. They maintain continuity. Their function is stabilization. Their constraint is rigidity. They cannot easily adapt. That limitation creates tension against change. Their transformation vector is either adaptation or fracture. Remove the anchor, and the system becomes unstable. Everything shifts too quickly. There is no resistance to transformation. These examples are not genre-specific. They are structural patterns. They appear in different forms, but perform the same functions. The critical point is this: a character is not justified by presence. It is justified by necessity. If a character does not generate pressure, does not regulate flow, does not resist, does not accelerate, or does not stabilize, then it is not part of the structure. It may exist descriptively, but structurally, it is absent. An absence at the structural level always leads to failure at the narrative level. Thank you for listening. If you want to continue exploring these ideas, you can find more episodes of The Architect's Method and the Unseen Author Journey podcast. For the full framework and further work, visit rondanini.com. Until next time.